Hi, this is a YooFab video. My name is Geoffrey Cowne and this video is about winding bifilar toroids. You will begin by preparing for the winding process. The first step involves making the pigtails so that you will have approximately 3 centimeters of wire, that's about 1.2 inches, to serve as leads for your transformer. In the next step, these pigtails will be placed in the vise. In the picture, you can see 2 differently coloured wires. However, the solderable enamelled wire you will use will be the same copper colour for both strands. Note that when winding with solderable enamelled wire, you do not need to cut the wire into 2 pieces. Instead, you can simply fold the provided length into 2 strands side by side. A vise is used. If you do not have a vise available, you can improvise with any tool or setup that can securely hold the wires while they are twisted together. Now put the other end of the pair of wires into the chuck of an electric screwdriver or an old-fashioned manual drill. Both tools have their advantages. A manual drill is easier to control since the winding speed is literally in your hands. An electric screwdriver is faster, modern, and will get the job done quicker. You do need to have acquired practice with either of these tools. When it comes to an electric screwdriver, you need to have mastered the control of this tool. It can wind very fast, which could result in total disaster if you haven't got it under control. Begin winding the wires together. In this example, an electric screwdriver is used. Ensure you maintain control over whichever tool you choose for winding. Exercise restraint during this process. The wires are enamel coated and fairly thick at 0.58 millimeters, approximately 24 SWG or 23 AWG, making mistakes costly. Unwinding these wires would be a tedious and unpleasant task that you should aim to avoid. You should aim for windings that are about 7 to 8 twists per inch, or about 3 to 4 twists per centimetre. Do not get phased out by this. The exact number of twists per centimetre is not that important. Since you are using a hand drill or electric screwdriver, the consistency of windings per centimetre will be almost entirely assured. Now it's time to detach your bifilar windings from the chuck and the vise or whatever it is that you've held the other end with. This leaves you with a perfect pair of wires to use in the next process. You will then have what is required to put these windings onto a toroid. Here you can see that there are approximately 3 twists per centimetre. The fact that the wire in the example is thicker and contains plastic insulation does not imply that the number of twists per centimetre should alter with a different type of wire. Also, it's always possible to wind more. However, removing twists per centimetre from a twisted pair is more challenging, albeit feasible, just about. You are now ready to start winding the toroid. The following instructions assume that you are right-handed. This can all be reversed for those who are left-handed. Choose one end of the twisted pair and hold this with your right hand. Now push the chosen end up through the toroid. Once you have got the pigtails up through the toroid, you need to hold, using your left hand, thumb and finger, the twisted ends or pigtails against the toroid itself. Don't let go of the pigtail wire and keep this pushed against the toroid. The free end must now be passed down through the toroid. This is the correct manner with which to wind your toroid. It's very important. Don't get this wrong. Look at the picture. This counts as 2 turns. We must continue winding. It may seem strange if you have never done this before, but with practice you get used to the feeling and the whole process. Look at the picture again now. This counts as 3 turns. You must continue winding. You keep passing the twisted pair down through the toroid. In this example, you continue winding like this until you have 10 windings. This was the objective, which you have now achieved. What you have to do now is make sure the windings are distributed evenly. You must arrange the windings so that they are evenly distributed around the toroid. This process cannot be overstressed. However, don't get stressed out about this. Just do it. If you have an LC meter, it's time to measure. You can measure the value of one of these windings using this meter. Note that this toroid will show different results than your black FT5043, which is wound with solderable enamelled copper wire. To accomplish this, you will find a pair of wires of the same colour. With enamel coppered wire, you will have to take the enamel off using a candle to burn the enamel, and then take off the charred residue using wire wool or emery paper. You don't need to worry about this when winding with plastic insulated wire. Thank you for watching. You will find on the YooFab website that there is a written description of this, and that some people may prefer written descriptions. This video was made for people who like videos.